And welcome to part 4 of War of the North. All I did was walk through the door so far. But I'm just gonna loot real quick. And as you can see, I'm level 9, which means I can dual wield now. Oh, I can't dual wield now. I have to get the point on there, but you know what I mean. Alright, I'm all ready for battle. And as you can see, I have a sword and a staff. Hell yeah. Dual wielding is really awesome in this game. Yet again, with like the dwarf, I prefer a two-handed weapon like an axe or something like that. But especially with the elf, since it's like staff and a chance to use dual wielding, there's no two-handed staff. Always go dual wielding. It's the first thing I go for. It makes your melee attack like twice as strong. It's so good. Ugh, that felt good. So this is Agendaur talking to his people. There he is, tall as shit. And you can tell he's probably a good, like,
invaders.
That looks like what, a good foot or two taller than this guy. And when this guy jumps down,
Our presence here will be
not Agendaur, the other guy, Tharzog or whatever. He's the boss right there. He's the boss of this battle, and you can even see he's taller than some of the Uruk-hai, who are roughly like the size of us. So
don't let them escape.
So yeah. Call my car to be quick about it. This so reminds me of the military. Agendaur is like the high up colonel who's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get the shit done!" And then Tharzog, some sergeant who turns to his airman, he's like, "I don't like being yelled at. Now you're getting yelled at." And again, they're separated from us. They're so fucking useless.
Hold on, we'll help you.
No, we must not allow Agendaur time to escape. Go on. We will deal with his guards.
So right before he jumps down, I'm going to put on my potions. Alright, here we go.
Chieftain, huh? Good. I'm tired of dealing with lackeys.
Yeah. Beat his ass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can take him down pretty quick now that I hit the wrong buttons here. Bam! Yeah, that's a strong attack. Always knocks your ass down. Pop. And more power. Pop. Ah! Damn it. And he's almost dead, so I want to pop my Elixir of Learning. Yeah, he's dead. Now I'm just gonna kill the rest. Pop. Just look how fast I get to kill them now. This is why I love dual wielding. But you can do no teleportation shit, you fucking dwarf. Alright. We're back. I know, like, this is still pretty early in the game, so like, even we couldn't face up against Agendaur. But if you really think about it, at least story-wise, we all could just take his ass down. So the fact that these guys are outnumbering him 2-1 and just get their asses handed to them goes to show again how useless they are. And don't worry, I'm not going to keep saying how useless they are, because this is the last we get to see of them.
Do nothing. Your plots end here.
Sorry, kitty.
My work is only just beginning. Do you think you two alone can hope to stop me?
No, but I think 6 against 1 would do a great battle. And if you think I'm miscounting, there's our fellowship of 3, there's the 2 elves, that makes 5, plus Balaram the eagle makes 6. Yeah, and he just pulled an Aladdin.
He's escaping.
Jumped off the side of the building and landed on some kind of flying creature. Yay, Balaram! Ooh, that had hurt.
Sorcery of Sauron. This is no natural.
As we know in Pokemon, he is a flying type, and they are really weak against electricity.
I can no longer see him.
Okay. So yeah, this is the end of the first level. They're just gonna talk about that we did a good job, but there's more to do. And then we gotta go to the next place, which I'll get like some extra side missions for and stuff,
Escaped us for now.
and get a lot more equipment.
But you cannot be blamed. It was bold of you to go after him alone. Indeed,
I could say the same about you, Dick.
it's not the wisest course.
Now what do we do?
End to him.
I also kind of wish like the choices you get when it says like what now. I'd actually say what now. Like I mean, it's kind of cool that they're like, here's an actual sentence, not just what now. But sometimes
I must return home.
it's really
I
funny.
hear of all
Like later on, there's a certain phrase that you want to choose because it just sounds so funny the way you say it to someone. But then your character actually says it a proper way and kind of defeats the purpose of you choosing that.
Your journey's end.
Oh yeah, also
commend me to Elrond.
as I said before, outside of missions, like if you're just walking around like town or something, certain people you actually have to say stuff a certain way to get the best possible action on them. Because sometimes if you just click A, they're like, okay, that was nice, bye. But if you actually click like maybe the second or third thing, like in the first video when I fought the Southerner,
At least I'm still under Halbarad.
I said you have to choose the second
There's no pressing.
choice for like the first two things you say.
Make your way to him logically.
Not the first thing or the third thing. You have to choose the second response.
It would
And then on the third one, you have to choose the first response. Because that way, you're confronting him and you punch him in the face and you get experience. Because if you don't do that, you're just like, I don't like you, you're mean. Then you don't get anything. He's just like, hey, go fuck yourself and whatever. Okay, so this is Sarn Ford. This is where the Rangers were attacked in the what do you call that, prologue or epilogue of the game. We're returning now that our mission's complete. We're like, hey, you got any jobs or work to give to us? And then they're like, yeah, hey, can you go do this? And we're like, yeah, sure, no problem.
At Fortnite,
That's kind of how the game goes.
commended for your skill and daring.
If we are fortunate, we may have thrown Agandar's plans into disarray for a time. But what has passed here since we left to find Aragorn?
All has been quiet. There was an alarm sounded at Buckland shortly after we parted company, but it seems to have amounted to nothing.
We have returned to
I feel like that Buckland thing actually is something story related
But it is clear
to Lord of the Rings, but I can't remember what it is right now. I'm sure someone will either comment in the comments like, you dumbass, it's clearly this. Or someone will think to themselves, you dumbass, it's clearly this, but not comment. Because for some reason, even when I put in the videos, hey, can you guys comment on it? I don't, if you like or dislike it, whatever, but can you comment on it?
away from the shop.
And no one ever does. Whether I get 10 to my very best video 70 views, no one really comments. I got one comment, well actually, overall I think I got like 5. 4 of which were from Otto. Thank you, buddy. Most of them were like tips or saying, hey, good job.
I sent
I recently got a comment telling me how to like fix some of my audio on like some of my older videos.
long before now.
I don't know who it was.
For them.
It could have been some random guy from like
Seasoned rain.
Russia, or it could have actually been a friend of mine. I don't know. They didn't say who they were. I don't recognize their like handle name,
They would
so
follow the Brandywine north.
whatever. But the people who I know watch the videos like every time I release them. Y'all don't really
Mountains are just north of
y'all don't really put out any
Way
comments.
north by way of the
Sometimes you like my stuff, sometimes you don't.
Perhaps we will discover
But hey, a little bit of feedback would be nice.
You have my thanks.
Wow, they're still talking.
And has great skill as a tracker. If Lewin
So yeah, we're going to the Barrow Downs, which is
likely pick up their trail.
I'm
Farewell and safe
trying to remember the lore behind it. It's like it's the the mass graveyard of the old Númenóreans, and now they're like what they call whites or Barrow whites that are taking over and reanimating the dead. So it's a zombie level, which is awesome.
Enough to me.
I'm gonna skip through what she's saying. She's basically saying this dude's dying. Excuse me, hold on. Sorry.
What do we do? There is often
Yeah, I think I have a cold or something. But yeah, she's like, this guy's sick. And there's a nursery rhyme based off the sickness that says, get some Ethelis or Kingsfoil.
should I find
So we go find some Ethelis for her. which you find almost immediately. This guy's gonna say some stuff, but it doesn't matter. We're just trying to figure out what he has. Sometimes you accidentally sell something you didn't mean to, which, especially if you don't have a lot of money, you can buy back whatever you sell, but chances are you might not be able to buy the exact buy it back for like the a cheap price at whatever price he gave you. It's kind of that thing of like, you go to GameStop and here's my 10 games, like, we'll give you $1, and you're like, okay, and then you turn around and, hey, can I buy that one of those games back? Like, okay, $30. Like, what? You dick. You give me $1 for 10 games, and then I buy one of those games back for $30. It's the same thing here. Like, you'll get like something like 200 silver coins for like something you accidentally sold that's really good, and then when you go to buy it back, it's like 3,000 coins. Like, oh, come on. I know there are other games like Dark Cloud does that too, but one thing to keep money for that game is buy gold, because whether you buy or sell it, it'll always be 1,000. I think one of the first times I played it and tried to be smart, I bought like a really expensive weapon and just bought a whole bunch of them for like 2,500 gold a piece, or points or whatever you want to call them, and then you gotta sell them. They're only like 500 gold now. But if I had just bought, if I had bought the gold, like gold bars instead, I would have bought 1,000 points worth and got it, and then sold it for 1,000 points worth. So that's just a little area to grab some stuff. And I think, is it this? Yeah, that's the Athelas. That's how quick you find it. It's like one of the first things you find. And I think there, like, in case you overlook that, there are other areas that you can find. And the only reason why, like, I know that, like, it sticks out to me of that's the first thing to grab is because, again, the first like 2 or 3 times I played this, I play as the dwarf, and he doesn't pick up plants like she does. So like she sees all this stuff, and he doesn't. So when you're walking around, all of a sudden you see a glowing plant on the ground. You're like, what the hell is that? It's your Athelas. So I'm just gonna loot here real quick, and I know that's pretty terrible. You're technically breaking graves, but they're gonna attack us anyway, so whatever. Oh, like this. I think this is Athelas as well.
And it draws closer.
So here comes our first battle with the dead. Hold on, let me break this last one. Come on, break it. There we go. There they are.
Beware, the Borrow Whites have awoken.
Just wait and pop. Ah, you dick, you were too close. I also just realized there's my other staff that has that fire damage. Maybe I should have saved it. Oh well. This technically more powerful. Actually, this one has electric damage. So why is that not showing? But yeah, just like for the last level, it's just a quick introduction to the new bad guys. You don't really see anything major. There we go. But the next part's gonna be the real first battle. That's an ambush. And look! There he is, a troll! Yes, it is. That's what I just said. Ah! Oh, come on. I hit the roll button. Sometimes it might take a sec. What? Also, if you want to cheap it out, you can actually just come back here and he can't get through. Like, he'll throw rocks, but you can dodge those real quick. Yeah, there we go. And the second troll is right there. So for the most part, these like really fast crawling ones, It's a good idea to try to get them out of the way first. But they'll just keep appearing. And sometimes they'll actually fight each other. Like the crawly dudes and the troll will fight each other. Oh god. See, I try to roll, but she's like, nah, I'd rather kick. That gets real. Like, that's definitely one of the game's shortfalls. Is that sometimes the button commands aren't quite right. Throw a tantrum. Get away from me, short boy. There we go, there's that heavy impact. Okay, he's dead. And this should show us the first of the actual really tough zombies. It's an actual Barrow Wight. So that energy is what they would call white or Barrow Wight. And you can always see them because they're way more green than the others are. And they're way stronger. So it's a really good idea to try to hit them from afar first. Especially once they start teaming up. Like they get really tough. You know, that seemed easy, but that's because I just beat the shit out of them from afar first.
Let me gather this.
And here comes, yet again, another ambush. This one's actually a little annoying. Not because like, we're in close captivity, but because they're like the fast crawly dudes. And they release those weird like little attacks that do that strange amount of damage. So even though they're easy to kill, they're kind of a pain. Also, I can never get like the combo quite right to get a critical on them. I don't know why. So most of the time I just try to blow them up real quick. Ooh, critical. Fight is one. Did you mean hide? Because that's all the ranger does. He hides. Is he a bitch? Yeah, you killed him. And there's none left. Let me grab this gold real quick, or silver, whatever. One coin. So that's only half of the little battle. I don't think I ever noticed I could actually go up here at first, like my first few playthroughs. I think it was when I played as the ranger when I first noticed it that I could. I'm way over here, dude. I am not together. Yeah, and then you got the dudes with the swords and shields. If they have shields, they're a little bit tougher to kill because they can block a lot. The guys with the swords, they're strong. They're just not as strong as the dudes with the shields. So you definitely don't want to do with a shield to get, yeah, there he is, possessed. Because then he's like extra strong. You have to hit him with like critical like that to knock down his shield. Big old pain in the ass. I hate you crawly dudes. You dead? Re-dead? Dead again? No, just this one. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, it was Autumn. She... Dick. Alright, they're gonna open the passageways. I'm gonna loot. See you in a sec. Alright. So, you don't have to do this. Again, it's kind of like a side mission, but I suggest you do. You just go through these areas real quick and kill everything.
Faintly.
There's a few of these areas you can,
Many of them scratched in haste.
find secrets for.
Soldiers.
Yeah, see, new quest goal, which is a side quest, is destroy the undead.
Ancestors to hold out against the evil of the Witch King. Tell us that they used the the last refuge in a hopeless fight.
Okay, so that's part of the lore.
It's to rest. It would be fitting if we were to drive the one.
Here they come. Also, sometimes you get like that little reaction. That it's kind of like back in 007 GoldenEye. You have to wait for them to spawn. In this, it's you have to. In this, it's wait for them to spawn. In GoldenEye, is you have to wait for them to finish their tuck and roll before you're allowed to hit them, which is kind of bullshit. Now, granted, if you have certain attacks, like for me, I think it's the. It's like the conjure attack, and then for the dwarf, it's the explosive bolt. But you can just attack and like cause that explosion real quick, and it kills them like so. Even if like they're still coming out of the ground or spawning or whatever, they still get hit. Just do a little looting before they spawn, and spawn.
We strike as one.
Guys can't handle one, huh?
Fall before me, fiends!
Alright, moving on. And you'll know when you're done because it'll pop up a little thing that says like mission complete. But until you see that, you know there's still dudes spawning somewhere. This definitely sounds a lot different and weirder and a little creepy with the headphones versus just playing on regular TV and whatnot. It's kind of funny if you do the combo a little too quick or weird. They do like this weird like spaz attack. I can hear the dwarf like really fucking far away. You should never be that far away from your allies. So let's find him. I can hear him in the background somewhere. Here he is. There's the ranger. There's the dwarf. Way over there. I don't know why, but randomly I have a craving for bugles. Okay, there's still some. Oh, there he is. It must be the last one. Are you not the last one? Who's left? Well, I heard something. Where are you, little bastard? Really? The headless guy? Wow, that is so anticlimactic. Just a violent shove and he's dead.
There is a portal here, concealed by a charm of misdirection. It is simple enough to overcome. Feel the wrath of the Eldar!
Ah! That damn ranger keeps hiding. It's so funny, like, usually when I play as the elf, the dwarf pisses me off the most, because he's usually the one stealing all my critical kills. And then playing as like the dwarf, the elf just gets in the way a lot. Oh, you know what I miss? They don't sell it out here. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm originally from New Hampshire, and I'm in Colorado. But they don't sell what I want to. Like, there's certain things that regular stores carry, not restaurants, that you can't find out here. So certain restaurants from back home would be stuff at Rogers or Lou's Garden stuff, but certain things don't get sold out here, like the company Hood, which is a dairy company. They sell my favorite flavor of ice cream and eggnog called Golden Eggnog and Golden Vanilla Ice Cream. And it's unlike anything you've ever tasted before, and you can only get it back there in like New England. So it upsets me that I can't find it out here. Here's our first big dude. I forget what he's called. Barrow. Oh, so he's the Barrow White. Okay. So just try to hit him in the face as much as you can. don't worry about the dudes who spawn. They'll die when he dies. Alright. He moves over here. But yeah, also, I think it's actually the company Popsicle. They do stuff like bomb pops and stuff, but there's a certain like variety pack they have called Carnival Kids that will have like cotton candy flavored popsicles, bubblegum, watermelon fruit punch, etc. And again, only sold in New England. I don't even know why I was talking about this in the first place. Oh, because I was thinking of nachos. So, there's a certain salsa I really love from back home called Tio Juan's Margarita Salsa. And it's so good. Like, whether you get it mild, medium, or hot, it kind of, maybe it just has a high sodium count. But I really like it, and you can't find it out here. The default salsa I go with out here is Pace, which it's good. It's definitely better than some of the other stuff, but it's just not the same. Same thing as I can get eggnog out here, and I pretty much try all the different ones because I don't know which one I'm going to like. Versus if I was back home and you're like, hey, you want to get some eggnog? Which one do you want? Duh, golden eggnog. Don't fuck with me on this. So I'm just breaking shit until they swarm us. Might as well. Saves time. They should swarm us here about now-ish. Yeah, they're there. Yeah, whatever he said. Take that, Archer. Man, you cats will not leave me alone. Yeah, it's so funny. Like, I don't hear it as much anymore, but a lot of people used to be all like, "Oh yeah, cats are super independent and never get like cuddly with people and stuff." They're always like hanging out in the basement or trying to get outside, do what they're gonna do. And if that was true, why would you ever want a cat? Like, there's no point in having one if it's just gonna hang out by itself and not want to be anywhere near you. But it's really how you raise the cat. If you're like constantly taking off and the only time you see your pets, and if you are this kind of person, definitely don't get a dog, because dogs, need to actually be taken out and stuff. But the kind of person they'll take off for a few days to a week and just leave the cat with like some food and water, and then they come back after a few days or a week, and then they'll change out the cat litter and give them new food and water, and then be gone again for another few days or a week. Like, why do you even have an animal? Like, you're never around. And that's why your cat doesn't fucking like you. You're a stranger. You just show up to clean its shit. But like me, I actually I pet my cats, I play with them, I hang out with them. Back when I lived with my parents, we used to take our cats for walks. You actually spend time with the animals, so they actually like you. They get affectionate, and they get cuddly with you. They'll give you little baby kisses. And, yeah, if you still have a cat with its claws, it might do its kneading thing and claw up your leg a little bit, but that's another discussion entirely. Also, I barely knew what the hell was going on in the game. I spaced out. I'm talking about cats. Damn archers, yeah. Love that sound of your skull crushing underneath my axe. I see you, bitches. Pop! Something's breaking, but there's a warp point coming up, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And since we have the Ethylus, we can talk to that lady and complete that mission. Just die. Alright, I think This is one of the examples that this wall can be broken by the dwarf, and then inside is another wall that can be opened by the elf. So again, if you have the chance to play with friends, do so. And again, like, if you're only going to play with 2 people, the dwarf elf combo is the best. But if you want to play as the ranger, go ahead. Just don't bitch when the game sucks, because your character sucks.
The dead approach.
Oh no, the dead approach. Ah! Bam! Eat it. Bam!
Power of the Eldar.
I said eat it! Stupid archers. Ah. Oh wow, he kind of sounds like a Velociraptor in the headphones. Why won't you die? There we go, final blow. Suck it. Oh yeah, that's good. It faded already. But sometimes the game will glitch out and like blood and stuff will be more pixelated and not really look right. Alright, so here's the teleporting area. And here's a good example of what I meant by like you can get good stuff. So I buy the potions here, and then after I teleport, like back to the village, whatever, return, you buy more potions there, and when you come back, all this stuff's refilled, so you can buy more. So if like you're really lacking in potions, that's a great time to take advantage of that. I don't think I really need any health, but I'll suck up on this one for now. And we're back at the camp. They kind of teleport you a little far away, but whatever. So now we return this, and I'm just going to skip through it. She's like, hey, thanks. And he's like, hey, I'm alive. Thanks, here's my shit. So, just take his stuff. Just take his stuff. Thank you. And then we take a look. I think... well, I think my armor's fine, so I'm going to go with the axe. And I could go with the... I could go with his staff, but it's not as good as the one I already bought. So, yeah. And now I'm just going to sell shit. So, I'll skip ahead here in a sec.
Are you in need of...
Okay, so now we're back. And as I said, go here. You're going to buy more potions. There we go. Not bad. But, this is where I'm going to end it for now. Thank you for joining me. Got to finish that mission. Beat up a whole bunch of zombies. It's been fun. See you guys in the next one. Bye.